how to survive it. Now, I don't know how many years you are married, for those who are married, for those who are single. Now, some of you that are single here, the emphasis of this conference has been on marriage. The reason is that we want to help you see the end from the beginning, so you can see what it should be, so that you can know how to build. 4 seasons of marriage. I'll close by showing the 7 ingredients you have to use to manage the 4 seasons. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 1, the Bible said, please give me media, help me, Ecclesiastes chapter 3. So I want to specially welcome every one of you who is part of this grand finale, and every person who came for the child dedication. God bless you for coming. All right, let's look at the word so that we can quickly, please give my time, please, I need my time. He said, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. Next verse. There is time to born, there is time to die, there is time to plant, there is time to pluck up that which is planted. Verse 3, just keep going down. There is time to kill, there is time to heal, there is time to break down, there is time to build up, there is time to weep, there is time to laugh, there is time to mourn, there is time to dance, there is time to cast away stone, there is time to gather stone, there is time to embrace, even in marriage, but there will be time you refrain from embrace. Marriage has seasons. There are 4 of them. Write these seasons down. The reason is this, that when seasons change and you don't know the ingredients to navigate it, things die. You see people start off well, along the line they just lost it. If you think that marriage will only have season of embrace throughout, you are in self-delusion. You only see it in movies. Marriage is till death do us part. That does not mean you'll be embracing till death do your part. There are some days you wake up, you're wondering, what did I marry, human or monster? In those seasons, what do you do? Because this truth has to be addressed. Because you meet a lot of young couples, they tell you, this was not what I signed up for. The question is this: what were you thinking you signed up for? Because that's where the problem is. So let me show you the seasons of marriage, so that when you see a couple in the season, you know how to help them. When you see a couple in another season, you know how to, or the things to tell them. So the first season of marriage is the season of cuddles. They are the best seasons of marriage. Season of cuddles. Please, are you with me? Are you with me? Spirit of the living God, breathe on this word, give understanding. I don't have words of my own. Grant me utterance to communicate this thing you have laid in my heart. Let it come with simplicity and depth. We rebuke every confounding spirit. Equip your people with wisdom to manage the seasons of life. In Jesus' precious name we have prayed. So I have said there are seasons in marriage. The guarantee to survive the season is knowing the wisdom to manage the season. Isaiah chapter 33 verse 6. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. So if Ecclesiastes showed us there will be times, what will make it now stable is wisdom and knowledge. So that's what you are going to get here by the Spirit of God, to show you that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of time, the strength of thy salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. So wisdom is what gives you stability. That gives you stability. So the first season is the season of cuddles or cuddling. This is the sweetest seasons of marriage. This is a season where the couple, they are lovey-dovey. Physical and emotional intimacy is at its peak. They are the best moment. Usually newlyweds, they are the prime of this season. And so that is a season. But sometimes it may not be all true. So one of the things I recommend to couples the wisdom to manage this season. Hello, are you with me? Write it down. Create memories. So that when the seasons change, the memories that you have created during the season of cuddles will survive you during the season that is absent. Create memories. Did you hear what I just said? Did you hear what I just said? Create memories. So that season of cuddles, these are the season where the couples bond. Is as if they are in sync. Everything is just flowing, and they are the best season of the couples. That's when each other, they are very strategic, and the spontaneous way they speak each other's love language is like as if they just got newly married. Maybe 5 years in marriage. At this time around, it's as if a season everything is all sweet. No couple wants to leave that season. But as sweet, as wonderful as this season is, another season will kick in. The same way in Nigeria we have rainy season and dry season. In the other Western world, they have summer, spring, winter and autumn. The same way in marriage. The next season in marriage is a season of challenges. Challenges in this context is not a bad thing. This is a season that life places demand on the union for an improvement. Please, are you with me? Please, are you following me? For example, this is a season, for example, when a woman is now pregnant, the man will have to balance his responsibility at the work, if he's a pastor, responsibility of ministry, and also how to help the woman in that period where she's not in her best. Because at the time she's not yet pregnant, she's all there, she can cook, stay clear of the house, do everything for you, and you are, wow, he's treating you like that king. You come back, the water is boiled, everything is ready, you're happy. But the time she's now pregnant, everything she smells, she wants to vomit. Immediately my wife took in the first pregnancy. As powerful, she lost smell. Every smell makes her spit and vomit. So for that 9 months, I stopped wearing perfume. I was wondering how I was smelling before people. But what people thought was not important to me. How she was faring was more important. That was now a season of challenge, where you have to shed unnecessary weight for unity and progress. That's where each person make mutual sacrifice for growth and partnership. What do you do in that season? That is a season of growth and partnership. This is a season of teamwork. Because the Bible gave us that instruction. He said, when two are better than one, they have better reward of their labor. He said, when the enemy comes against one, the other will help him stand. When they lie together, they get warmth. The season of challenge, this challenge is not evil challenge, it's a challenge of responsibility, challenge of duty. The first man that modeled authentic manhood for me, his wife was heavy and could literally do nothing. I saw the man carry his wife to the bedroom and beat her. It has never been heard in my lineage. I said, when I saw that, I told him, I saw you carry mom. I said, I just went to help her shower. That is a season of challenge. Someone will say, I didn't sign up for this. And you know, in pregnancy, the woman gains weight almost twice because of the baby. I know you are leper. You get weight. There are responsibilities that will come. Are you with me? Now, please, are you getting what I'm saying? It's a season of challenge. There are no bad things, but it's a season where you are pressed in a corner to open up another season of that union. And listen, if you people if you invest in growing capacity to handle the challenge, partner to handle the challenge, what will happen is that when the next season of cuddling come, that experience will be like icing on the cake in your union. Because while you are spending time together, you are reminiscing those times. Hey, you are the best gift that God gave me. But you will not always have embrace. When the season of challenge comes, that's when both of you will have to grow to face the challenge. The next season of marriage is season of crisis. Nobody likes this season, including myself. Nobody. But the truth is that God himself captured that season in his description in the word of God. Isaiah chapter 41, from verse 1 to 2, he says, when you pass through fire, it means there is a when. Jesus teaching in Matthew chapter 7 and verse 26, he said, he that heareth my sayings and doeth it, I will liken to a wise man that builded his house on the rock. When the wind and storm. The wind and the storm is not just figurative, because Isaiah is talking about the devil. He said, when the enemy shall rise like a flood. Every union we have, nobody wants it, but it will come. Because anything that will stand the test of time will be tested in time. Why anytime you see a tree and someone tells you this thing has been around 15 years, 20 years, it means this tree has survived winds, it has survived storm, it has survived thunderstorm. Other trees around it has been swept, but this one is standing. For your marriage to endure the test of time, you will be willing to survive crisis seasons. But I say a common practice among the African culture, that a child is sick, the woman brings the child. Where is the man? And he thinks that to survive the crisis is about money. You'll find out that your money won't buy life. There's a prominent bishop in this country, I won't say more than that, but it's his story, when he shared it, was a big lesson. God blessed him with children, majorly females, but the only son he had became sick, and they called him, your child is sick, and he was in the mission field. What he did, he sent money. He said, I'll be praying for you. The child died. This person is a doctor. He said part of his greatest pain is that thing I was doing there, someone else should have done it while I come back. He said, when you tell him what are your regrets in your journey over the years of a ministry, he will always talk about it. That is what we call the gift of presence. To survive the season of crisis, listen to me, what you need to do is grit and grow. Grit is tenacity, to stay together. Every crisis that divides you will scatter the home. Anytime crisis come, two of you should unite. We read it in the morning. Two of you should stand back to back. Did you hear what I just said? God forbid you got an evil report. There is a growth on your wife's breast, or your growth on this, or your child that is pregnant. Oh, when my wife was due for dominion, we did not know. She was draining liquor, but you know, when liquor is coming out, both of them, sometimes you think it's urine, and the pressure of the pregnancy on the bladder, it will think like, do you know she was draining liquor? And one, she was post dead. Then went and did ultrasound, checked the 4 quadrants. There was no water there. That is what made the radiographers to gather and raise the alarm. Say, from here, go to emergency ward for emergency cesarean section. So because we work in the system, so I quickly called the consultant that is in charge of accident and emergency. He left everything because he knows us. He now came, saw the report. He said, Madam, just go and get your things. You are going in for CS. He said, but the decision is yours. So I looked at her and said, what do we agree on? Because the journey of our union is that before the child comes, God tells us. As the child is going, he tells us his name and what they are supposed to do. He gives us a vision of their journey in delivery. And this was not what we saw. Hello, are you with me? Are you understanding what I'm saying? So what we did was, 2 of us turned, and I took her home to pick her things so that we'll come to the hospital. Between the hospital to the house, that was the longest silence. But the silence was not worry, the silence was meditation. I was chewing the word because it is a war. It's 50-50. And all of a sudden, a scripture quickened in my soul. As of thee by the blood of the covenant, I have set your captives free from the pit where there is no water. I told that blood, no water. We drank communion. We went to the labor room. I insisted, let us start. If there is any distress, we do surgery. But there was no distress. When the distress comes, heart rate will go back. Until the child came out. That is the dominion you see today. The name dominion. He dominated death. And when he came out, they were expecting that when the child comes, there will be some fetal distress. As he was coming out, he was crying. They named him Cry Cry Baby. Then my wife was having fear. Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? He's the one that started. I think he walked earlier than 8 weeks, 3 weeks. He started walking earlier than his brother. That is the force of unity. When the enemy comes against you, any problem, anything external that divides you has finished your marriage. Your foundation is wrong. Anything external, nothing external should be strong enough to divide your marriage. Because a season of crisis is a season of revisiting foundations. That is when your convictions about that marriage will be visited. That is when the reason why you are married, it will be tested. Because if you married him because of money, then the business crash. You know, say wahala don't they? Yes. So the season of crisis is when two of you develop tenacity. That's when you renew we don't renew our vows only at marriage anniversary. You renew your vow in the midst of crisis. I stand with you. We stand together. Because I've taught you that 2 or 3 is a quorum for dominion. That whatever 2 of you agree, touching any matter, you drive that beast out. You drive that devil out. There will be seasons of crisis. A child is born with certain health challenges. Then the man is not connected. He's not involved. You are missing it. Anything you are doing in the name of ministry or business, and leave that gap in your wife's heart, Satan will speak to her. Yes. Adam was busy, and the serpent got the woman. Season of crisis. The last season is the season I call the season of coldness. This is another subtle season. This one is not a season of problems, but here is season that you are overwhelmed. Coldness. It's not that there is an issue between 2 of you, but the responsibility of life has made you not to give attention to each other. Let me tell you, 70% of the problems in the Western countries why marriages fail is the seasons of coldness in their marriages linger because of their work schedule. Because paying nanny is very difficult, except to have a support system from here to go and stay with your child. So you guys now plan your work schedule. You do morning, she does night. That is as you are coming in, babe, hi, you hug, they go. So the woman spends, or the man spends, almost 8 or 12 hours talking to strangers and only spends 30 minutes or few minutes on the phone. How do you think the connection with him? After a while, they will say irreconcilable differences. They grew apart because coldness lasted. The first test of coldness is when children start coming. That's when sexual libidos of women go down because they are emotional beings. They invest their emotions. Then the man comes back tired and he now wants business of the bedroom. He shuts him down. Why? Because you have not been around. And then you come back, you are not even emotionally available. But then you want physical intimacy. The women connect with emotion before they connect physically. So he shuts you down, shuts you down, shuts you down. After a while, you start growing apart. In my recent study, most 70% of infidelity in good Christian brothers happened during the first pregnancy. Because the woman is her first experience. She doesn't know how to handle the feeling. So most times he shuts down. Instead of managing it, that's when they grow apart. Then as the children keeps coming, two of you are sleeping on the bed, the child is in between. Juno, let Juno stay. I can't leave Juno in the other room. If he turn, he fall and break his head on the bed. Is it that one better? Let him just lay here. And you start losing the warmth that the Bible says when two lie together, they will give each other warmth. Then after a while, you become a stranger of the warmth. You will now start looking for strange fires. Why? Because of the responsibility. Sometimes you come back, her hair is unkempt, the room is scattered, she's overwhelmed. But when you go to the office, the baby is on hot skate, high heel, well-made hair, these makeup artists, they are truly artists. They can convert someone to something. Every time you come to work, she's prim and proper. But when you come home, she's unmade. So you start getting attracted to that secretary and start resetting her at home. Coldness has started. Anytime coldness comes, the strategy to conquer it is start doing everything you did for her when you were dating her. You see that thing? That thing used to do. That going out of your way. That I'm relocating. You carry yourself and come there. Help her start packing. That thing you used to do. Oh, okay. These church people, they are pretending now. That thing, all that, let me say it in Igbo, to win her heart. In that season of coldness, that's when to come back. So if you come back home, see the whole place scattered, that's not when to start complaining. One of my sons called me. He said, I don't know, every time I come back, my house is scattered. She's at home. I don't know what she does with her time. I say, shut up. So you don't have sense. When you come back, see the house scattered. I asked him a question. All the while you have complained it for the past 3 months, did she change or stop doing it? He said no. I said, because that your statement is building resentment in her soul. She may not answer you back, but like she said, you are raising a rebel out of her. Sometimes when you talk, people don't hear. Model it. Your hand will not break if you start sweeping and arranging the house. As a matter of fact, when you take that small responsibility, she will see it as a love gesture. You have put 50,000 liters in her emotional tank. If you come in the night, there will be ministry, full ministry. The bar will be full. He that has an ear, let him hear. So, some marriages died in either of these 3 seasons. The fourth one, the quarter one, is the dream of everybody. Most of your love books keep talking about that season. How he took you out, he took you to Caribbean, you people lodged, you people had fun. That's the love one. Every movie sells that one, happy endings. That if a movie showing you other one, you will not buy it. So they have painted the narrative of the season of beautiful. That is not life, because the circles of life tells us otherwise. That the survival of a marriage is not adult, is when you people survive those other seasons, the season of challenge. It is not bad though. Like for example, the guy now, 2 of you have been trusting God for breakthrough, and he now gets a contract that will make him, instead of coming back by that 7, the way you used to like 7, you guys have dinner early, now G's to like 10, now pray, sleep. The next one, oh babe, are you going to walk me? I'm going, Sha, but let's come out early. You see that? But he now gets a contract, he's now coming back 11 o'clock. If you don't manage, that is a challenge. It's not a bad thing. The contract is not what 2 of you were praying for, but he now came with a responsibility. What you guys need to do is now synergize. If he's staying late and you are free, babe, do you mind bringing dinner to that place? We can think together, even if I'm not, that's not my area of specialty. Ask my wife. Some days she's on call, I visit, I come and do call with her. Ask her, she's here. I may not have strength to be doing the world round, but I will be in the room. When she comes back, are you okay? Yes. It's a season of challenge. It's a season for her to grow in her career. But if I now say, but I traveled all the way, came, and you are not around, blah, 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 there will be wahala. But just going there, just be seeing my face is an encouragement. 7 ingredients you must add. Please, is my time up already? Huh? Oh. Seven ingredients to survive the seasons. Write it down. In that marriage called, that soup called marriage, there must be these 7 ingredients if it's going to be sweet. So if this is your 2nd or 3rd year wedding anniversary, or whatever season you are in your marriage, and it is sour, it's bad, it is not, what you are seeing is not your fantasy. The first question you must ask yourself, make diagnosis of your season. Any season you mismanage, the mismanagement will accumulate to the next season. Did you hear what I said? That's why sometimes as couples, sometimes you guys need to sit down. We do it. I and my wife did it 3 days ago. We call it review. You sit down. What do you want me to do better? You need to review it so that you will not carry the failures and resentment of the previous season. In the season of coldness, we're overwhelmed, and I keep the resentment. My wife is not available. She's not supportive. When we move into the season of crisis, I will feel I'm alone. I'll feel I'm alone. Any attempt to connect, I'll feel like the person is pretending, because the previous one, you were not there. What are you doing now? Every resentment unresolved becomes resentment that will explode the marriage. Please, are we communicating? Please, are we together? So the 7 ingredients, write it down so that we'll close. Number 1, love is the joyful side of marriage. Joy is an ingredient you need. I don't have time to divide them. They are the very essential and the complementary essentials. Just like salt is essential for soup. Hello, are you with me? Maggi is not. But there are things you cook, you need Maggi. You need spices. There are ones you don't need. There are people I know, they cook soup, they don't put Maggi, but they must put salt. Love is the joyful side of marriage. Now, please write this down. The 3 love expressions you must have for your marriage to survive the seasons. The first kind of love you need is the agape love. That is the sacrificial kind of love. You need to express this love in the seasons of challenge, in the season of crisis. Hello, are you with me? Hey, are you with me? Season of crisis, season of coldness. What you need, because at the season of coldness, you are not feeling it. You are trapped in routines. That vibe is not there. To still love, you need the agape love. At this time, it is not the philios, it's not the romantic love. It's not that thing, that butterfly is no more there. When the butterfly is no more there, and you cannot find your way in your love for the person, it means there was no agape in the first place. Agape is the core kind of life, is the sacrificial love. The second kind of love you need to make your marriage joyful is the philios love. It's called friendship love. This is the love ingredient you need to put in the season of challenge. When someone is in a challenge, he needs something beyond agape. Are you getting me? They need philios. That's why the Bible says a brother is born for the day of what? Adversity. Let them know you are with them. Say it and show it. In crisis, that's the kind of love you need. You need agape. In crisis, you don't need eros. As a matter of fact, eros will leave. Your child is on ventilator. Which kind of romance, babe? It is all it is. Big. Let's face this war. You see, eros will leave you. All those, let me dress for my husband. Her hair will be standing like Fido Dido. She's not looking at her makeup. For 6 months, she will not wear makeup. She will lose weight. Some days she will even forget she has taken her bath, or the guy is busy. Eros is not needed in crisis. You need the sacrifice and the support of a friendship kind of love. So the wisdom of marriage is to know what season you are, what love to give. Did you hear what I said? The sacrificial love will make you stand in prayer. The friendship love will find out, have you eaten? Because she cannot cook. But you make arrangement. Let someone cook and bring. Let someone trust her. Let something needed be available so that she will not stretch herself beyond where she is at that moment. Second ingredient that you need to survive the seasons of marriage is the ingredient of purpose. Purpose. Purpose is the compass side of marriage. The reason why two of you are together must be stronger than the reason why you are in the marriage. The reason why two of you are together, the we reason must be stronger than the me reason. So why are you guys together? So I tell couples, when you guys are courting, start setting goals in the line of your calling. Turn the goals to dreams. What to do next 10 years. I tell the people I'm mentoring, it is one of the things I was not taught, and it affected me. 5 years in marriage, we didn't even understand that the spirit of delay has started picking in, because there was nothing, no targets, no demands, no growth plans. It took a discernment to know, babe, there is a pattern here. You are held back. Me, I wrote primaries, there is a delay. Something is happening. That's when I woke up and we took prayers and cleared it. Because when you lose sight of the end, the cross becomes more painful. Jesus, who for the joy endured the cross. The season of crisis will look like your death when there is no purpose at the end. Number 3 ingredient of marriage is wisdom. By wisdom a house is built. Wisdom is the strategy side of marriage. Once the season change, the wisdom must change. It's not copy and paste. Once the season changes, the wisdom must change. If you find yourself in a season of coldness, that two of you are no more available, you are occupied, it will not cost you anything. Just find a family friend, pay the person's transport, come, stay with the kids for 2 nights, carry your wife, go and lodge somewhere. The time you spend together, you rekindle the fire. That wisdom is not the wisdom you use in the midst of crisis. Did you hear what I just said? That's why the Bible said, by wisdom a house is built. That is to say, marriage is an institution where the learning is active and the practice is ceaseless. The learning. If all you know about marriage is what you were taught and what you saw your parents do, it's not going to carry you for the next 10 years. You have to keep learning. You keep to keep asking questions. You need to state. You have to keep because for every season, the wisdom you need for the first 1 year of marriage is not the same you need by the 50th year of marriage. Because at the 50th year of marriage, some level of strong familiarities have set in. It's very strong. At the first 1 year, you may overlook, he smells, it's not okay. By 50, he says, you get mouth odor. Because you wake up in the morning, first kiss. Because when we started, first kiss in the morning, wake up, babe, good morning. Go and brush before you kiss me. 5th year, she was, it's okay. First year, it was okay. Second year, it's okay. 3rd, 4th, nah, go and brush. If you need to do that, you have to brush in the night, so that when you come up, it won't be that bad. Yes. If you don't know, the wisdom has changed. This time around, you'll now be, okay, you are rejecting my kiss. Be like, say someone done the kiss you. Show me your phone. Issue has started. Number 4 ingredient of marriage is faith. Faith is the strength side of marriage. To survive crisis season, you need faith in God and in one another. There is nothing as devastating as being in a battle and you are not sure that the person with you is with you. That's why one of the things women are looking for who to marry is someone that is reliable, someone that is dependable. That's the meaning of that scripture you quoted, a faithful man. Will you jabber and abandon them? I know a young boy finished from this school, emotionally a wreck, because his father one day just woke up and disappeared. Till now the mother blames him for the departure of the father. because he was always sick. The man did not have the capacity to stand to see them survive. The woman is broken, the son is broken. Faith is the strength side of marriage. You need to build it. Hebrews chapter 11 verse 11 talking about Sarah, that she had faith. Through faith she believed that who is invisible. Faith. That when storm comes, you need faith. You need that faith. And the truth is that sometimes you will not have faith 24 hours. Sometimes your own is down. The other person will need to raise the other person up to survive that season. The next ingredient of marriage, very important, contentment. Contentment is the restful side of marriage. Proverbs chapter 5, 10 to 15. Write it down, go and read it. God gave instruction. He said, drink from your own cistern. Let your own water satisfy you. The problem of certain addictions to pornography and all that, and living a life of fantasy, is that it gets to a point you start struggling with your wife satisfying you. The point is that drink from your own system, be satisfied. If you are always comparing your wife or your husband to another person or with another person, it's a proof of lack of contentment. It will put strain on your union. Contentment. The question is that, is she enough? Because if she keeps feeling not enough, or he keeps feeling not enough, one day, I'm telling you, I'm not telling stories, it has happened. I don't have time to tell you stories. They will just stand up one day and leave you. They don't want divorce, they just want space to do them. So that's why acceptance has to be affirmed. Appreciation has. Don't say that she knows or he knows. No, you must say it. Contentment. Go read that scripture. It will describe it. Say, let her breast satisfy you. Don't looking at people. That's why once you get married, all those your lovers, all your exes, disconnect. Did you hear me? I know brothers will not like that one. Even ladies. That people that used to chat you. Why are you entertaining the chat? The truth is this. The question I'm asking you, why? The reason why you're entertaining it is that you are feeling not enough, or you feel he's not enough. If you feel he's not admiring you enough and someone is admiring you, walk up to him. That's why in marriage you have friendship. Talk to him. You say, babe, you don't appreciate me enough. Is it that you don't like me? Let him verbalize it. Let him verbalize his worries. Both of you can grow together. If he makes you very single and now because of giving birth to children you are now too big, let him follow you to the gym. Did you hear me? Contentment. Be contented with where you are. Dream for better and higher places. Contentment. If not, your neighbor will buy a jeep. The man will not rest. The woman will not rest. Contentment is an essential ingredient in marriage. You need contentment in the challenging seasons of marriage. You need it. You need it in the cold season. Because you may now pop into your friend chatting, giggling with the husband, and then you sit down there and say, see my own. He doesn't even chat. He doesn't send text message. He's just dry. Right there, cake just lands with certain things. He loves me. When did my husband buy me? It's a day that compare themselves with themselves. They are not wise. Why don't you two sit down and renew in expression what I need you do now at this season that makes me feel loved? Because it can change at certain seasons of life. Did you hear what I just said? Contentment. The next ingredient you need is the ingredient of trust. Contentment is the fulfillment side of marriage. Trust is the restful side of marriage. Once trust is gone, marriage is gone. Proverbs 31 verse 11. He said, her husband's heart does trust her because he will do him no harm. Proverbs 31 11. Trust. When trust is gone, marriage is gone. Apparently. Once you start suspecting each other, listen to me. If you cannot talk yourselves out of it, go for counseling. Because that is a window. And on mistrust, there are now apps to track your spouse. Business has grown out of it. Imagine a husband saying, I'm afraid of my wife poisoning me. What are you guys? I'm not telling you guys stories. I'm telling you things I've heard. I can't eat her food. Husband and wife, they're living together. The man has camp gas in his room. He buys food outside, warms it in his room. He has his own pot. Trust is gone. The last instrument or ingredient of marriage you need is God. That's the security of marriage. Storms may come, challenges may rise, but if you're going to win, you're going to win on the ground of the Lord on your side. Because if the Lord be on my side, who can be against you? Did you learn something this evening? Did you learn something this evening? So if you are here, you are married, ask yourself, which season I am? If you guys are lovey-dovey now, just calm down. What you do should build more memories. Have fun times. Because the season of coldness, your heart will always ask yourself question, does this man really love me? That memory will remind it really loves you. That this is the season. Great memories. If you have the means, travel together. If you don't, let someone watch the kid. Just go somewhere, two of you alone. Sometimes I and my wife will do it. We leave them. We just take a stroll. It's not big thing. Just take a stroll. Just be gisting. It's just create small fragments of memories. Create it. Because you need it in the day when you don't have the opportunity. But I pray for you. Your marriage will work. I thought your amen will be louder. Rise to your feet. Rise to your feet. I say your marriage will work. If you are single here, God will guide you to the one that will work. If you are married, your own will work excellently. I see God raise a generation of army of model marriages that will heal the pain of the society. Lift up your voice and begin to pray. Begin to talk to God right now. If you are married currently and your marriage is a season of crisis, it's like everything is falling apart, you don't even want to see the person. Listen to me. This is not the time to quarrel. This is the time to connect and war. And the intruder has come. Because the Bible says anywhere there is strife and division, all evil works abound. Seasons of crisis are seasons of intercession.